Hey, Shalom, Shalom. Before going to this lesson, all praises, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders that rule well. Brothers in the four corners of the earth and sisters that are fully elect. My name is Brother Garasham. I'm coming back to you with another lesson through the Spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, to edify. And this lesson is on studying. I remember going into the word study, which means to, going back to it. I can't even remember it exactly. Just going back to it. And, to show you instead. As I went into it, and it means to, let me get it. Alright. Let me get it. Alright. Study. Study application of the mind to the acquisition of knowledge. Intensive reading, not studying. Alright? Let me go into it. Study verb, which means it's a verb, is a action word. Alright? It's not a part of speech or none of that. A verb is an action word. So when you hear the word study, it's to be an active. So it says study. Early 12th century, to strive toward, devote oneself to, cultivate. Alright? Translated Latin, occupeo. Occupeo. That sounds like occupation, right? I may pronounce that wrong. Alright, but you have a better pronunciation. You could go ahead. Alright, forgive me. Alright, translating Latin, occupeo, from Old French, estudier. You see? So that sounds like to be occupied. Alright, like the Lord say, occupy till I come. And that's what the Lord say. The Lord say to occupy till I come. You see how that all knit into each other? Occupy, pay tour or pay tour. Alright. And you say from Old French, to study, apply oneself, show zeal for, examine. Alright. From medieval Latin, studiere. From Latin, studium, which means study, application. Originally, eagerness. From study, to be diligent. That's the point. Alright, study means to be diligent. Alright, that's what I meant. That is what I was trying to remember earlier. To push, stick, knock, beat. In Yahweh Shai say, if you knock, alright, you had to open on to him. Beat. The notion appears to be pressing forward, trusting toward, and strive after. Right? From century 1300, as apply one's mind to the acquisition of learning. Pursue a formal course of study, which is the truth. Also for the elect. You study for the elect. Also read a book or writing intently or meditatively. That's studying. Alright? Now just run through the chapter. Alright? Meditate on the chapter. Like the apostle say, envision what you read. Alright? Apostle Gabar. Always say envision what you read. Envision what it is, alright? You study, you reflect on what it is. As reflect, muse, think, ponder. King Solomon talk about ponder the path of your foot. Alright, meaning regard attentively is from 1600. Studying. You see? Study, Nong. Alright? And Nong is the name of a person, people, place, or thing. It's a application of the mind to the acquisition of knowledge. Alright? Then this will tell you what a person would do. Or what a person's supposed to do, since it's a noun. Application of the mind to the acquisition of knowledge. Intensive reading and contemplation of a book, writings, etc. From Old French, estudi, care, attention, skill, taught, study, school. Like you get the word schooling. I just schooled him. I just schooled her. You see? That's how you study. Alright? That's studying. Alright? Modern French is studi, from Latin studium again, study, application. Alright? As a state of deep thought or contemplation, a state of mental perplexity. And that's to deal with the exercising of your mind. That's why you should study. Alright? Exercise your mind. Alright? Imagine how Yahweh mind was. Alright? Because the scriptures say Yahweh was in the temple daily. Alright? Yahweh mind was so perplexed. Alright? It wasn't funny. Let's look up this word perplexity. Alright? English. Let's look it up. Perplexity. Alright? The state or quality of being perplexed, muzzled, or confused. Alright? Something that perplexed. Let me look up the word perplexed. Confused or puzzled. Bewildered. Alright? Alright? Alright, give me a sec. Something that perplexes. Alright? Let's be something that perplexes. Let's look. Perplexes. To cause to feel baffled. To puzzles. To involve. To entangle. To make intricate or complicated. To plague. That's why Yahweh was making the Jews vexed. It said to vex. He was giving them a plague. He was making them seem like everything baffled. Alright? He was making them seem like everything is complicated because of him being studious. Alright? I hope that makes sense and it didn't sound like rambling. Alright, let us go back to it. I want to get it clear. It's a state of mental perplexity. Alright? State of mental perplexity, doubt, anxiety. When you study, you don't have doubt, you don't have anxiety. State of amusement or wonder. That's what you're supposed to get when you study. From middle 4th century, as careful examination, scrutiny, sense of room furnished with books. Alright? It's from, and you can't have books in your head, you have to read the books. It's from late 14th century, meaning a study of a subject of study is farm state 1500. Study all is a test from 891. Originally a large common room in a college, and that's how you study. Right now, let us go into the scripture as the point. 2 Timothy 2:15. Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needed not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. You're a workman, all right? And the Lord don't want you to be ashamed. The Lord don't want you to be ashamed when you're rightly dividing the word of truth, all right? So in order for that not to happen, you have to study. Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needed not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. All right, now let us go into the go to Revelation 1 and 3. That will be, yeah, Revelation 1 and 3. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. So it say, blessed is he that he just come from work, tired. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. Right? Let me get one more scripture, and that will be the end of this lesson. Give. Let me just read in. Let's see what comes up. And this is it right there. Right. 1 Timothy 4 and 13. Till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine. So until the Lord comes, give yourself to reading, to exhortation, and to doctrine. All right. Application of the mind, studying. That's all you give yourself, by application of the mind, which is study the scripture until the Lord comes. Alright, so with that, all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh. Shalom. Shalom.